And still, Mephibosheth got dropped. And the result was that his life was significantly altered and changed, for he was now no longer third in line to be king. For little Mephibosheth's world had now become cruel, unjust, and an unfair playground. And truth be told, I'll venture to say this morning that the same could be said for you and me. For some of the stuff that has happened to you and me has not been fair. Some of the experiences, some of the things that we have come through, no fault of our own, confirms that you and I live in a sometimes cruel and unjust and unfair world. For like little Mephibosheth, we too have had our own experiences with being dropped. In fact, we live in a world where getting dropped is almost a certain. In fact, I would be so bold as to announce this morning that you don't get out of life, you don't get out of here without somebody dropping you. In fact, drops are a prerequisite for living here on earth. For in this world, you will get dropped. Somebody's going to drop you. In fact, we've all been dropped. We've all been dropped a time or two by someone. Someone has dropped us. A parent has dropped us. A caretaker has accidentally dropped us. A family member, a friend has dropped us. A disappointment, a difficulty, a setback. Even the church has dropped us. And what we learn from Mephibosheth's drop is that it has an effect on us when we get dropped. It has an effect on us when we're dropped. For we are affected when others drop us. When we get dropped, it affects you. It messes with you mentally and spiritually and financially when we get dropped. And plus, it just hurts. It just hurts when somebody drops you. It hurts. It's not fun, and it sure ain't funny when someone drops you, when someone mishandles you, when somebody hurts you, when somebody abuses you. For I've learned that a time or two that life is not fun, and it's not funny when you're dropped. But I've also learned that just when you think that life is over as a result of a drop, God will send someone to pick you up. Yeah, God. Brothers and sisters, he'll send somebody to help pick you up. Our text confirms this morning. Our text says that King David went looking for Mephibosheth and went searching. He went searching out Mephibosheth and he went there to pick him up. David, he went there to pick up Mephibosheth. For when David heard that Jonathan had a son, he began the process of finding Mephibosheth. He began the process of seeking out and searching out Mephibosheth. For the Bible tells us that David found Mephibosheth living in a place called Lodabar. Not living in Jerusalem anymore. He's not living in a palace anymore. He's living in a city that's east of the Jordan, a city called Lodabar. Lodabar is characterized in Scripture as a city that's in the midst of the wilderness. In fact, it actually says that nobody ever went to Lodabar on purpose looking for anything or anyone. Lodabar, low. It's low. It's a bad place to live. It's not a comfortable place to live. They're failing schools in Lodabar. There are no jobs in Lodabar. Lodabar is defined as a place of no pasture, meaning you could not grow anything. There was no greenery. You couldn't make any money. There were no jobs. People who lived there were broke. It was a hopeless and desolate place to live. And yet, after being dropped, Mephibosheth ended up living in this place that was beneath him. And when I read Mephibosheth's story, it made me wonder how many of us have allowed circumstances that were beyond our control dictate to us that we too should live in Lodabar. We too should accept situations that are way beneath the place of our birth. For when Mephibosheth's parents looked into his crib the night that he was born, they did not envision him spending his days and nights in Lodabar. But fate sometimes will take you places that you were never supposed to go and that you're never supposed to stay. Mephibosheth went from a priest being third in line to the kingdom. He went from a prince to poverty. He went from next in line to being thrown out of town. And yet this text proves to all of us that no matter how far we fall, when God gets ready to bless you, I don't care. When God gets ready to bless you, Lodabar cannot get in the way of your blessing. Lodabar cannot interfere with what God is trying to do in your life. Lodabar cannot stop you from moving into the things that God has in store for you. The word says that the king found Mephibosheth just when he had given up, just when he thought it was over, just when he thought it wasn't going to happen, just when his faith was low, just when he had settled into a life in Lodabar. The word says that the king came looking for him. Ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you, when it's your time to be found, the king will come and find you. When it's your time to get up out of your low place, I wish I had a witness in the balcony, the king will come and find you. When it's your time to get up and to get out, listen, you ain't got to lie about it. You ain't got to steal, cheat, or kill anybody. Look, you ain't even got to sleep with nobody. When it's your time to get up and to get out, can't no devil in hell keep the blessing. Oh, can I preach it like I feel it? Can't no devil in hell stop the blessing that has your name on it. Oh, y'all don't hear me this morning? The king found him. No. Don't miss that. The king found him.